Once upon a time, in a far-off land filled with magical creatures, there lived a young girl named Emily. Emily was a kind and adventurous girl who loved to explore the enchanted forest that surrounded her village. One day, while wandering through the forest, Emily stumbled upon a beautiful unicorn. The unicorn was a magnificent creature with a shimmering white coat, a long golden horn, and bright blue eyes that sparkled in the sunlight. Emily was enchanted by the unicorn's beauty and approached it slowly, hoping not to scare it away. But as she got closer, the unicorn suddenly bolted, running through the forest as fast as it could. Emily was disappointed that the unicorn had run away, but she didn't give up. She knew that she had to find the unicorn again and make friends with it. So she set out on a quest to find the elusive creature. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. But Emily didn't give up. She searched high and low, through dense forests, across raging rivers, and up steep mountains. She met many other magical creatures along the way, but none of them could help her find the unicorn. Just as Emily was about to give up, she heard a soft neighing in the distance. She knew it was the unicorn. Emily followed the sound until she came to a clearing in the forest where she saw the unicorn standing in a small pool of water. Emily approached the unicorn slowly, not wanting to startle it again. She held out a hand, and the unicorn cautiously sniffed it. Emily spoke softly to the unicorn, telling it that she meant no harm and that she just wanted to be its friend. The unicorn looked at Emily with its big blue eyes, and Emily could sense that it understood her. Slowly, the unicorn stepped closer to Emily, and soon Emily found herself petting the unicorn's soft, silky coat. From that day on, Emily and the unicorn became the best of friends. They explored the forest together, and the unicorn showed Emily many secret places that no human had ever seen before. They spent hours playing in the fields, and Emily would often fall asleep while the unicorn stood watch over her. One day, while they were playing in the forest, the unicorn suddenly stopped and turned to Emily. "My dear friend," it said, "I must leave you now. My work in this land is done, and it is time for me to return to my homeland." Emily was heartbroken at the thought of losing her dear friend, but she knew that the unicorn had to follow its destiny. She hugged the unicorn tightly, and tears streamed down her face as she said goodbye. Years passed, and Emily grew up to be a wise and kind woman. She often thought of the unicorn and wondered if it was still out there, living in its magical homeland. One day, as Emily was walking through the forest, she stumbled upon a small clearing where she saw a shimmering white creature with a long golden horn. It was the unicorn. Emily was overjoyed to see her friend again. The unicorn explained that it had returned to thank Emily for being such a loyal friend all those years ago. Emily hugged the unicorn tightly, and they spent the day reminiscing about old times and exploring the forest once again. As the sun set on that magical day, the unicorn turned to Emily and said, "My dear friend, I must go now, but I leave you with a gift." And with that, the unicorn dipped its horn into the water of a nearby stream and gave it to Emily. "Whenever you need me," the unicorn said, "just touch this horn, and I will be with you in spirit. Remember, true friendship never dies." Emily thanked the unicorn for the gift and said goodbye once again. She watched as the unicorn disappeared into the forest, feeling grateful for the time they had spent together. From that day on, Emily kept the unicorn's horn with her at all times. Whenever she felt sad or alone, she would touch the horn, and she could feel the unicorn's presence with her. Emily grew old, but she never forgot the unicorn, or the lessons it had taught her about friendship and perseverance. And when she finally passed away, the unicorn appeared once again to carry her spirit to the magical land where they had first met. And so, the legend of Emily and the unicorn lived on, inspiring generations of children to never give up on their dreams and to always believe in the power of friendship.